You're listening to episode 595 of the Father Bills Podcast. Welcome back. This week's episode is entitled, What Do You Choose?, given on Palm Sunday of Holy Week 2017.
Our world is a beautiful place. It proclaims the glory of God, the scriptures tell us in Psalms. But as we look even more deeply, we recognize that this beauty has also been corrupted by evil and sin. Our world is fallen, and evil roams about us. But Christ overcame this world. He has overcome the evil one. And because of that, we can too. In the scriptures proclaimed today, there was enough tragedy, violence, betrayal, lying, abuse, death, and hatred surrounding Jesus to prove that no matter how holy one is, evil and destruction will still confront us. Listening to this proclamation and reflecting upon our current state of affairs, one cannot miss that little has changed since Jesus' time. We've just probably become more expedient due to the technology we have before us. So given all the evil in the world, what do you choose? How do you decide to respond? Let us look at Jesus and see how he entered into a cruel world. He became one of us in poverty and amidst a corrupted world. And he ended his life here as well in humiliation amidst evil men. It is safe to say that his lived experience here on earth, while he was here, his heart and mind were wrenched by all the suffering and tragedy upon others and himself. He shared in our nature, and we experience the same suffering. Each one of us carries with us a hidden burden that we don't tell others. But Jesus knows, and he carries it with us. In his ever so brief life, he consistently confronted evil face on and reversed its trajectory, turning evil into good. By flipping Satan's death-dealing acts into life-giving opportunities. The greatest example was proclaimed in today's Passion narrative. Death came upon him. He freely received it. He was doing his Father's will. We know, because we have 2,000 years of a reflection, that this gets turned around. Death gets turned to life. So again, I ask, how should each of us respond to the evil and death and the suffering around us in the world? How can you triumph over it like Jesus? Your answer to that question, and ones like it, will either continue the evil or conquer it. So what do you choose?
Thank you again for listening to this episode of the Father Bills Podcast. Well, on Monday of this week, the Archdiocese of Portland in Oregon, with our Archbishop, celebrates the Chrism Mass, where we bring all the holy oils together to be blessed and then given out to the priests and the laity to be taken back to their parishes or missions. And I'll be there for that celebration, where some 20 to 150 priests will be present, and they will also renew their promises of their ordination. So that's a very moving thing as well. The Archbishop Alexander Sample, usually gives a very good homily, and I like to record it. In the past, it's kind of a random thing whether I'm close enough to a speaker to be able to pick it up for recording, and if I do, I will certainly record it and see if it's good enough to then put on the podcast. So keep your eye out on the feed for this week after the Tuesday time period, where I may be able to give it a production. We'll just see. Now, if you have any questions or comments, as always, you can go to my website, fatherbill.org, and there you can look at my email portal. There's an ability to email me right from the website, and you can see my social media connections and link up that way. And until next time, may God bless you and have a great Holy Week. Bye-bye.